welcome back to the episode Last Down of Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and today, boom, go ahead and comment, look at this beautiful thing right here that you guys are seeing. This was posted earlier today, and this is a teaser at the upcoming Christmas update that we are going to be having. December is almost upon us, and well, this is what we got today with the caption, winter season of track racing is coming soon. You can't be too fast, and you guys are seeing that exact clip that we were describing where it appears that two people are racing against each other on some form of a track. And here is the awesome thing, and this is why the chopper update makes so much more sense, because the chopper update is the reason that these races are going to be possible, because this is most likely going to be our very first look at actually like being able to race choppers, so to speak. Now they're going to be, as you guys are seeing, snowmobiles during this race, and this is going to be an entirely new location as well, something that is further confirmed by the second clip of new information that we're going to be shown just a little bit later today. Not to mention we are going back on the raid and grind today as well, so it's an action-packed type of day. So as I was saying, we are going to be having these snowmobiles that it appears we are going to be able to race. Now what are we going to be getting as a reward from this race? I'm not entirely sure, but since it does appear that this track is going to be part of like some sort of new Christmas type location, I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of activity that we could actually perform during the location, and we'll be able to get some sort of loot and or prizes that we can then contribute towards being able to redeem at some sort of like central vendor, maybe like some dude dressed up as Santa Claus, whatever it might be, and able to actually trade in for event items and even potentially non-event items that might be a bit on the juicier side, maybe Christmas presents that could be unboxed into a variety of different items. But nonetheless, very awesome to be seeing our very first look at what will be, but in the future, I'm guessing this is kind of like the first initial test of chopper racing. It'd be awesome to see this in a multiplayer context as well, but given most likely it is going to be a single player type of event where we're going to be racing against an AI, but it's going to be very cool to be able to see those chopper controls actually being incorporated into an event like this, especially since we literally just got the chopper update that gave us the ability to drive vehicles on maps, and they're already extending it to the Christmas event over here, which is going to be so freaking awesome. Not to mention, if you guys are not noticing, it does appear that there is going to be Christmas / Santa armor that we can equip during this event as well. So already seeing a bunch of promising things. Let me know what you guys think about this, if you are excited about getting your booty off and racing, if you're excited about that armor, and what you think the prizes and rewards for this might be, how hard you think it might be, any and all that type of jazz, especially if you're noticing something I might not necessarily be noticing. But I want you guys to pay attention to those mountains that you're seeing in the background, and then boom, what I want you guys to see right here is something that was posted earlier as well. This bad boy with the caption, who was a good boy this year? And we are seeing a new type of dog, a husky. Now, could this potentially be a limited edition type of dog that we can only get through the whatchamacall? Through the through the Christmas event? That'd be awesome. I hope that it is going to be some sort of more permanent pupper that we can acquire. However, it might just be part of another event over at this Christmas location, and this is actually helping show off the fact that there is going to be that new Christmas location, because if you look in the background, you can see those exact same mountains that we saw back in the first one, making it some sort of like giant winter wonderland that we'll be able to have all of our fun and activities over at. So that is very exciting. But this dog, I wonder how it is going to kind of come into play, because there's a couple of possibilities. Obviously, you guys are seeing the harness that the husky does have on, meaning maybe it is some sort of a sled dog, and there's going to be some sort of sled related event that we got to do. If you look on the left, you can even see what appears to be the type of thing that that very dog would actually be, I think, not chugging along, but pulling along. That's the word I'm looking for. I believe that little like skis type thing you guys see on the left is what you would be standing on, as these types of dogs would actually be able to run and propel you forward by pulling you. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe, since we are seeing an extension of the chopper driving mechanics to snowmobiles, which is going to be insane to be able to race, and hopefully we'll be able to race quite a little bit. It also appears that there's a possibility we might even be able to drive a dog sled around, which would be absolutely dope. But I'm crossing my fingers that this might actually be a new type of dog being introduced, and that the Christmas update, because huskies are a very winter-like animal, very much so associated with Christmas, associated with winter, as we know Christmas is very much so a winter type of thing. So what's a perfect time to add in an entirely new type of dog, because it'd be so awesome to be able to breed up a husky to be our true friend and bring them along and even see if they can't start incorporating. Now this is getting a little bit of a stretch, but this would be awesome to see potentially different stats and attributes and dogs that actually excel at different things. That would be so awesome to see unfold as the pet system gets a little bit fleshed out, because Kafir appears to be really fleshing out the current systems in games, because as you guys know, the chopper before was just a glorified way of getting between locations, but the chopper update really fleshed it out. They fleshed out the, the upgrade attachment system, and, well, the pet system hasn't been touched in quite a while, so there's some potential fleshing out might very well be in order. But then back to what I was saying, back to taking a look at this, those are the kind of the main takeaways, is that the dog, hopefully, it could be ours. There's definitely a chance of that. Let me know what you guys think regarding that. I do believe that there might be, maybe we have to find all of these huskies scattered throughout this location, and we have to bring them back, and if we recover, quote-unquote, recover enough huskies, we'll be able to actually drive that sled, and maybe that'll be kind of like quote-unquote Santa's sled that we have to repair. Maybe we'll be able to drive it ourselves, or posiblemente what we'll be able to do is, maybe if we recover this sled, you guys see those two chests in the background that appear to be rather Halloween themed. Well, posiblemente we'll get a reward for recovering all of Santa's sleigh dogs, because last year, if you guys remember, Santa was just some dude dressed up in a Santa costume driving a van. This time it looks like he may have upgraded or downgraded into this dog sled. So like I'm saying, I do think it makes a lot of sense for us to be getting a reward for helping him kind of fix up his sled and quote-unquote save last down Earth Christmas. And those two chests that we're seeing right there are very suspicious, so I do think that there are going to be some rewards associated with it. And of course, like I was saying, pointing out in the background, you guys can see a variety of those signs, similar fences to what we saw in the first clip, making this all seem like it's going to be a central location with a variety of stuff and a variety of fun that we're going to be able to have. And I cannot wait for every single part of it, and hopefully you guys can't either. But with that said, with that done, that is going to wrap it up for the information that we got for today. Some rather fantastic information about this forthcoming Christmas update. And reminder as well, I'm not sure I brought this up, but there are actually a lot of signs pointing towards that Christmas update being the very next update. Specifically, that first video clip that we showed you guys was the type of trailer where at the end of the trailer it says coming soon, or like soon, very ominously. And whenever Kafir releases a trailer that has that kind of like soon tag at the end, pretty much every time that has been the very next update. Also today's code O2242, so go ahead, if that's out of date by the time you're trying to use it, check the comment section down below for the up-to-date version brought to you by the fantastic community here at the Snipe Gang. And while you're down there, like I'm saying, let me know all your guys' thoughts about this, because there is a lot of cool looking stuff coming along and coming together with this update, between being able to do some freaking racing, a new snowmobile type vehicle, freaking new husky dog potentially. Worst case though, all of those new items that we're going to be able to acquire and the loot we're going to be able to get out of that new winter wonderland location. It just seems like it's going to be a fun one, boys and girls, so I know that I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys are as well, so let me know what you guys think. But like I was saying, there is a lot of signs pointing towards this being the very next update as well. Obviously, December itself is about to kick off, and December, of course, being the month of Christmas. Last year, Christmas, the Christmas update came out a little bit earlier. So with December about to kickstart, December pretty much being the month of the holidays, the month of Christmas, it does line up a lot with that. And like I was saying with that first clip that we showed off, and let's freaking go, the loot is good today. But like with that first clip that we showed off, there is that ominous soon thing that was at the end, and from what we've seen so far, that pretty much indicates that that will be the next update from what we've seen out of Last Day on Earth in these situations so far. So a lot of signs pointing towards that. Definitely something to keep your eyes and ears peeled upon, especially because it's been about a week since the chopper update. Did I activate hard mode, by the way? I think I did, just want to make sure. But it has been about a week or so since the chopper update, so given that, I'd say within the next week or so is looking like a very nice timeline for this to come out, because usually there isn't too much space between these updates, between consecutive updates, and given the fact that this has a lot of things pointing towards it being the very next update, I am very excited for it, and it's going to be so cool to watch those chopper features, like the ability to drive vehicles around, be further implemented, especially with that snowmobile, the prizes we'll be able to get, and the proof of concept, because that's another thing to keep in mind. A lot of times with these types of seasonal updates, they're actually kind of experimental in a way, because they usually test out features that Kafir is thinking of implementing more permanently in the future, and it appears that racing might very well be one such thing, because after all, especially with the fleshing out of the choppers, this is kind of like just a simple way of testing out racing mechanics, trying to come up with some basic like race tracks and that type of stuff. But given the fact the way that we're actually able to drive choppers around on the map and how all of that is going, dude, it's gonna be awesome to be able to like have a more permanent location like that. So hopefully they execute it well, hopefully it's a whole ton of fun, and hopefully we'll be getting a more full-fledged one in the future. It would make a lot of sense to be able to multiplayer race with your friends, especially have different choppers that you've upgraded, be able to see who's the best racer potentially. Here's the thing too, with racing, as you guys know, there's that there's a town in the works that Kafir is working upon, right? And it's kind of going to be a little bit of like a settlement outpost, a little bit dinked up, a little bit rough around the edges, but nonetheless it is going to be like a little town. We've seen a couple of concept arts and sketches of said town so far, and the information we got about said town is that it is actually going to be the grounds for a lot of like mini games and activities that Kafir can't really fit in to other locations. And well, I think a perfect thing for that would be the ability to head over there and enter into races with AI, or potentially even other players, enter into races and be able to earn some form of currency, because that's another thing they said is I think like a lot of those activities that will be over there, like I know the zombie arena is going to be one thing where you can actually bet on zombies fighting each other. This motocross thing, not motocross, but like this racing thing is shaping up to be something that's got a whole ton of awesome stuff that it's got to be even more excited for that town than ever before. But like I'm saying, let me know what you guys think about all of it, because there's a lot of information to take away from these two things, not just about the Christmas update and what's coming with it, but also what's coming further along. Obviously, the potential for a more fleshed out pet system. I'm really crossing my fingers that there's a permanent husky that we could have. That would be an amazing, ooh, speaking of amazing, I like that, but that would be such an amazing reward, because that's the thing that kind of sucks about holiday events, is that most of the time what you get out of them isn't very permanent. But imagine if you could earn a special type of dog, a husky. Now what would be so special about it besides being a husky? I don't know, maybe it'd like come with the true friend perk automatically or something like that. I don't know, man. Just being able to have something special from an event that would actually stick around after the event is over, that would just make the freaking holidays so much more awesomer. And I know so many of us would love to have a special pup like the Husk within our grasp. So like I'm saying, let me know what you guys think regarding all of this, because again, there's a lot of different areas you guys could chime in on, whether that be about the dog, what might potentially be going on with that dog sled. Could it be a new pet that we're going to be able to bring home as a potential prize? Can we drive the dog sled? And on top of it all, we have all of that racing stuff, the potential rewards with that. And on top of it all, within that new Winter Wonderland location, what else are we going to be able to do? Because it's probably not just going to be limited to 2 different things. There will likely be more, and the question is, what else could there be? So get to brainstorming, boys. You guys are seeing the general theme. It is very winter themed, obviously, but also has a lot of those Christmas themes. So any types of events, activities that might be corresponding with it that you guys could think of, go ahead, drop that down below, in addition to your guys' thoughts on my thoughts, your guys' own original thoughts, any and all that type of jazz in that comment section down below. And reminder that comments which are 1/3 of the way, it's the weekly $12 iTunes Play Store gift card giveaway. All you gotta do as well is make sure to like button, make sure to subscribe. That will ensure without today's video, y'all can go ahead and enter in on every single last day on Earth video. When Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video from the past week, pick a random comment from that random video, and Zat will be a widow for the week, and we'll kick off a new weekly giveaway that exact same Saturday as well. So make sure to stay tuned with that notification bell hit to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest of Last Day on Earth information, such as that which we are sharing today. Not to mention, when that information does come out, we're always always going to be breaking it down, looking deeper than just the surface and seeing what's Kafir very well may have hidden amongst the information, because Kafir loves doing kind of secret little teases in what they release. A lot of times there's more to it than what initially meets the eye, and we're always looking for stuff beyond just that general surface eye level. And of course, it is always great having a discussion with you guys about it in that comment section. Not to mention, of course, it's a great way of promoting and having that awesome giveaway and giving back to the most fantastic community in all of YouTube in the form of those marvelous little gift cards. So like I am saying, can't wait to hear from y'all down there. Stick around for the info, and of course, as soon as the updates themselves, shotgun rain to you, blind one. Thank you for the goods. But as soon as those updates themselves do come out, we're also gonna be diving into them, doing anything and everything that we can. Absolutely everything possible, because just like the chopper update that recently came out, we're literally in the midst right now of, as soon as possible, always doing what we can to get our hands on every motorcycle. We just need the military motorcycle, not to mention upgrading them to the max, showcasing the best ways of doing that, and showing off if they're even worth upgrading to such a high level, because especially with the police bike, things get a little sketchy, you know, buddy? But hey, at the end of the day, it's still fun, and it's always a fantastic time being able to do it with y'all. Not to mention as well, that notification bell is a great way of staying up to date with every single video going up that you can enter in on for that weekly giveaway, and of course all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well. If you haven't already, give them a look. A lot of other awesome survival to go around, and given the fact you guys like Last Day on Earth, I really think you'll be enjoying other survival as well. Desert Storm survival, 7 Days to Die Alpha 17 survival. There's just a lot of survival going on, boys. And we do have a floppy disk, but I don't think that we are going to be using that bad boy today. I'm believing that tomorrow might be a bit more of a prime opportunity. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty loot-tastic type of day, but today, let's freaking go. We got a military motorcycle blueprint, bringing us even closer to unlocking such a wonderful thing. Not to mention 2 engine parts to call our own, a brand new set of SWAT armor, although our armor's pretty good. I'll keep on using our armor since we do have a raid lined up for the rest of today. I'll go ahead, put the bandages away, and fill up our inventory with the rest of that, and we got a C4 on top of it all. Let's freaking go, baby. Today is a good day, and we'll be returning for a lot of this stuff as well. No worries, I'm not just going to be leaving all this behind. But listen, my inventory can only carry so much. I'm trying to prioritize a little bit, and once the said prioritization is done, we will return. But in the meantime, we got a raid to prioritize. We are hopping back upon that raid and grind, trying to make some magic. Hello? Do you want to move, my friend? Hello. Friend does not want to move. What is this? Hello? Hello? Oh, there we go. All right, he just had to take a little break, had to take a breather. I'm not judging, man. I'm not judging. You do you. But yeah, we're going back on home, completing the quest from the raiders and heading on and working our way back up towards the 4 skulls that we require to have our best chance at free daily raids. And let me say, I love raids, I love when they free, and I love when they daily. Ooh, and we have a little bit of a military convoy we could head over to as well. So why don't we do that super lickety split, since there is a chance of it having some rather good things. And why don't we start blowing through the rest of these pistols that we brought along for our military bunker adventure. We got some leftovers. We still got plenty of pistols to go with the raid of the fully modded and silenced variety. Hello, raiders. Oh, look at that. He doesn't even have a gun this time. How adorable. Oh, and you decide to actually drop the machete. Well, ain't that very nice of you, my friend? God dang it, Bobby. These guys, they don't drop the guns when they have them, but they'll drop the machetes. Look at this guy. His prime M16 literally vanishes into thin air as soon as he dies. Same with this guy. Like, look, keep track of that gun right there. Whoop. Dude, they're freaking magicians, man. Even in death, they got some magic to them. And let's go and bring some magic over here to the boss raider, even though it's kind of ironic. The boss raider, that's probably the worst loot out of all of them. But hey, at least we get a gun out of it. He's the only one that drops a gun, but that guy who dropped the machete ain't too shabby himself. It just so happens my inventory is a little bit full, so I'm gonna try to grab whatever I can. Let's go and put that away. We got 3 C4 with which to play today, which is definitely going to be a rather fun ting. And I might get rid of these 3 gas canisters or kind of swap them out for something else here, since there is going to be some decent loot scattered throughout. Let's not kid ourselves, and I'm not trying to totally go rogue. Or maybe I'll I might maybe leave behind the one med kit, because I definitely, there's definitely other things in the world I value more than a single med kit. But the question is there a severed finger? There's a severed finger coming our way, which will lead to some very good bunker loot in the future. And why not? I can go and grab the Winchester as well and see what we got over here in this little bag. We got some glue. Your boy is not in need of any glue at the moment. Please leave a message after the beep. That's how you trick them. You never give them the beep. They'll never know when to leave the message. All right, though. Ooh, we could go. I'm definitely going to go and run that very quickly to the chopper. Then we'll return to that military truck up north to get what we just left behind. Although that was the... maybe I'll just leave that medikit there and I'll grab the machete. Oh, don't run off the map there, big boy. This is my computer legs. And grab the machete, because the machete will be good and we can toss that over there. And I'll put that over there in the bike just to be safe. Watch, my bike's gonna like glitch out and lose everything. No, let's not even joke about that. That's not joke worthy. That's just the stuff of nightmares. If I lost that floppy, which is gonna help us with our military motorcycle, by the way, I'd just be a sad camper. That's the moral of the story on that one. But in terms of stuff, like, I don't know, like we got a brand new pair of boots. You know, I don't know how much I need a brand new pair of boots, but we got them right there. Looking all booty and stuff. But let's go and see what other type of booty we can come across over here. Pirates booty. Arr, 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 arr. Money, 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 money. I'm sorry, I've been watching a lot of SpongeBob memes. Cut me some slack. There's some high quality memes, boys. Let's be honest here. But I think we pretty much opened up every chest and seen what it has to offer. Oh, one more. I thought I was missing one. And what you know, I was. And I'll go ahead. I'll drink the rest of this water. We'll toss that out. Of course, apparently my guy can't loot and drink water. Multitasking and the magic of that apparently escapes his feeble mind. And, oh, okay. We got another medikit. See, 2 medikits, 100% worth keeping around. My mind has been changed. But, I mean, other than that, have I opened this one yet? Yeah, I have. I don't know. We'll definitely pick up, I'll scoop up the boots, man. The boots are probably looking like the most valuable thing left over from everything else here. This guy's got some relatively, the stuff that he's got's a little bit dinked up, and the rest of these dudes, nothing too crazy, let's be honest here. So with that said, with that done, I'm more than happy with the loot we acquired from the military convoy. The best, though, the piece de resistance, being, as weird as it sounds and as much sense as it will never make if you don't know the context, a severed finger. Because let's be honest, out of all the loot we get out of there, that severed finger is going to get us probably a couple of rarer metals from the bunker in the future, and amongst other things. And speaking of the future, tomorrow we're going to be making our way back over towards the gas station as it respawns, and we can get many more mechanic packs and hopefully unlock the military motorcycle if we're lucky, upgrade the police bike if we're lucky, or even upgrade the off-road bike. I believe the next upgrade might even be the max level for that bad boy as well. So we're gonna have some interesting stuff to be taking a look at over there. But for now, let's continue, because we do have some raids to do with these dudes. And, well, we got an inventory of, sweet mom, we got a lot of stuff that we gotta put away before we head on out on that little thing known as the raid. So talk to y'all in a sec. And alright, boys and girls, first things first, as we prepare for this raid, we actually need to take some stuff out from the police bike, mainly all of these beautiful things right there. I will, I'm gonna put that somewhere safe just to be safe, but we are going to go and grab the off-road bike, since by far and away it gives us the most capacity. And when it comes to raids, you want to maximize the capacity you got, because that means you can bring more loot home than you otherwise could, especially once we upgrade this bad boy up to 8 slots. That bad boy is going to be delicioso. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and craft up all the hatchets that we are going to be needing for whoever is the poor schmuck that we're going to whack today. And let's go and get those iron hatchets as well, since you never know, they might be hiding behind some level 2 walls. And if it comes to level 3 walls, we got some C4 to go ahead and take care of such things. So I'm gonna put that floppy disk away, and we're heading out on a raid. And alright, lads and lassies, let's complete that quest and let's go and see who the poor schmuck and recipient of today's raid will be. Off-road bicycle. It's time to strike terror into the hearts of those who well, oppose. Actually, I don't know. This base didn't really oppose us. We just kind of asked the raiders, like, hey, you got a base trade? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure thing there, bud. And, well, player 6572 just so happens to be the poor schmuck who's getting raided. And, oh, mama, dude, we got some events popping off as well. We got the chopper over there that I may or may not be tempted to make a visit to, depending on how this raid goes over here. Again, crossing my fingers that all will go well. Here you guys can see is a wonderful weaponry we are bringing. And all of it, of course, being silenced, since you never want to make a peep while you're raiding. Melee weapons don't make much of a peep, but when it comes to range, you gotta have some sort of silencing on it. And okie dokie. Doesn't look like it's gonna be a big base we're breaking into. Oh, god dang it. But it does look like it's gonna be a C4 required raid that we are breaking into, so... kind of unfortunate it's not a huge raid. Was definitely hoping that that might be the thing. But we are going to start working our way, like I said, back up to those 4 skulls. God dang it, this is not what I had in mind. At least riding this thing around doesn't make noise. There we go, let's hop off that thing. And I kind of want to see. Nah, I just... You know what I want to see? I just want to see what's on the other side of this dude's wall. We're using one of our very hard-earned C4 to learn such things. Knock, knock! Here's Johnny peeking in through your window. He's got some C4 and he's got a little thing known as a boom. Plenty of which to go around. We got a bunch of dudes over here and we got 9 chests. So actually kind of promising. What is you doing, baby? I was trying to shoot and my guy started running off into a random direction. Like I was saying, it is looking pretty promising though, because that's a lot of chests to have within the best part of his base. So I think this guy we're raiding might know what he's doing, and he might be hiding the best stuff he has to offer, because his workbenches and whatnot are out in the open. But you know what isn't out in the open? Every single one of his chests. Ooh, big hit on you there. Ooh, my god, that guy just got done dirty. But he only has chests within here, so there's a chance he might actually have good stuff that he might be hiding, and it doesn't seem too amazing so far. But we still got 8 chests to go before we can call this raid completed, and let's freaking go, boys. 1 almost fully modded AK coming our way. I will happily take that red ticket as well, and this other stuff I will happily leave behind because I ain't got a use for it. Hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of other valuable things from this raid as well, and what you know, an engine part and an electronic circuit and some ATV wheels, which we could definitely trade in over at the mechanic in the future, are also ours as our loot begins to balloon to much more than ever before. Shotgun rain to you. Let's try to shoot that gap a little bit so we can take out the fast ones first and foremost. A little bit of turn and burn tactics to take these dudes out. And then we'll use a ton of shotgun rain on the bigger fellas, since shotgun rain, it only does 77 damage in the setup that we're using, but it does have a very good chance at a critical hit happening, which is kind of what I'm banking on happening, because then we'll be able to save a lot of durability when it comes to dealing with these guys. And because these guys have a lot of health, it's not really a big deal if we do 77 damage. Whereas shotgun rain to you, if we do 77 damage to a fast biter, that's a bit poopier. Because, well, the problem with that shotgun rain to you, big boy, double shotgun rain, hey, big hit. The problem with that lies in, well, they're gonna have 3 health left over, which is kind of annoying to go out of your way to deal with. So it's just also really good usage of the shotgun, and, you know, the possibility that we'll get a critical hit, since critical hits are very nice. But nothing too amazing over in here. Hopefully some more of these chests will have decent stuff. We're only about a little over halfway into his base, and I think we may have gotten into the best chests that he had to offer. Not that I'm complaining, because, dude, an AK, I mean, I don't know, we did use a C4, but I've gotten much worse in return for a single C4, so I can't really be too salty, especially since we still have a couple of opportunities to hopefully... Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's get out of there. Oh, there we go. I didn't see any red dots running at me. I'm like, what's going on? There we go. They're just kind of taking a second to catch up with us. Catch up with the rest of us aboard this party bus. And they'll just let these fast biters catch up to us, activate the sprint a little bit to continue getting that separation, minimize the damage that we take. Let's go and finish you off, finish off your buddy. Ow, a couple of abominations got hits off on us, but let's go and blow through the rest of the shotgun rain, and hopefully should it break shotgun rain to you, big boy. We should also have a lot more, well, not a lot, but a single slot more of inventory room, which means a single stack of items that we could take with us back home that we couldn't take before. And there we have the trusty service bonus that Shock and Rain provided to us. Now let's go ahead and provide a little bit of easily distributed death over to these dudes, and let's see what's the last of these chests has behind it. Mr. Chest, what you got? You got some grass. All right, you keep having that grass, big boy. Ooh, chopper wheel. Also valuable at the mechanic. That's the thing too, when it comes to looting people now, before I'd be kind of like, there's like nothing really that great, but with some of these now, like these items that we have a huge stockpile of back at home, we now have a newfound purpose for, because we can turn them in, and as a direct result of turning them in, we can work our way up towards more chopper parts and chopper blueprints and upgrades than ever before. And hopefully the raiders also keep in mind, hopefully they don't realize that we got these things, because we are stashing them in our choppers. So let's hope that I don't know, they don't ask for their fair share of this part of the loot, because if they only see the other stuff we got, we're not really walking home with a redonkulous amount of stuff. We can go ahead and toss that over there. I won't use it or anything, but we still have a lot of storage slots here to go. 9 more. Ooh, a little bit more than 9, actually. We got 10 entire slots. Oh, baby. Well, let's start blowing through some stuff here. Let's put away these things. Ain't no need for those. And let's find 10 things that we want to take with us that, I mean, worst case, stacks of wood are never a bad thing, especially when the other loot starts getting a little bit suspect, you know, little sus. I don't know if I'm gonna ever take that bow and arrow, man. Bow and arrows are pretty cheap to make. Like, if we head on over here, I mean, they're a nice little ranged weapon, but might be a pass for the time being. Phones, on the other hand, we could do some pretty nifty things with, so I won't complain about those. And this has a chance of being an electronic circuit, so might as well capitalize on that. And compared to the other stuff, man, I just don't know. I don't know, baby. I don't know. I think that might about do it for this raid. Like, we still have a couple more slots. Like, I hate leaving them empty, but you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, right? There's not really anything must have over here. Like, I'll grab some charcoal. I'll never turn down the fuel. Mr. Bow and Arrow, I'm sorry for talking poop about you. You're coming with me now, bud. You're mine. And I guess I could take 7 bolts. You know, we could still trade those in, or 9 ball bearings, and mix up the loot that we got. I think that's a pretty fair shot with what we're trying to do. But with all of that said, with all that done, we do still have that chopper event that we might be able to sneaky dicky our way into super last second. So on to the, well, actually, there is also, don't get me wrong, a couple of interesting things over here. We got this guy right here. What is that? I think that's the radio here. Yeah, that's the radio, but we still got a couple of, like, things that have absolutely nothing in them. God dang it. I was hoping for something a little bit better, but maybe one of these will have something good within it, in which case I'm more than ready to swap some stuff out. Show me what you got, number 1. Show me what you got, number 2. Anything good? Anything good? Absolutely nothing. And more absolutely nothing. I am out of here, big one. I'm sorry. Off of Vita, Shane. I know we still had that one slot that we got rid of a hatchet for and could have filled up with something else. You guys gotta understand, like, at a certain point, if it's a raid like that, oh mama, we gotta drive our way over there quick. But if it's a raid like that, it's at a certain point, you gotta cut your losses, and especially with the big one popping up, I'm not going back to fill up that extra little slot with some garbage. You know, as much as lovely as garbage can be. Listen, we're also heading over to a chopper event, which are well known for having very nice loot, very nice weapons, and a little bit of inventory room. When we head over here, might not be the worst thing in the world. And what type of raid? Ooh, baby, it is one of these over here. We're getting a shotgun out of this one, boys. That's right. We are going to be walking out of here, if all goes well, with a very nice durability shotgun from this lad over there. I'm just going to wait for him to shoot, and then I'm going to shoot the bejesus out of him. Die, 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 die. Okay, beautiful. He died. Only one dude left. He will die at my hands. And there you go. 10 out of 10. Perfect execution. And look at that. If you kill that guy fast enough, usually there's a lot of durability left on that shotgun. And that's why I love this chopper, man. You can walk out of here. The AK is a little bit dinked up, which sucks, but you can walk out of here overall with some very, very nice stuff. Let's go ahead, drink that booze, and pick up the AK, the Kalashnikov 47. Rest of these dudes, ooh la la. I'll actually go use up some band-aids. We do have the med kit. Like, he did drop the one med kit, although it's really weird because my guy runs over there to loot him. Anything that I want to drop, like these hatchets, they're okay. I don't know. I could get rid of these ball bearings. It's only 9 of them, and I'll take a full first aid kit over that. This guy, ooh, hold on. He's got a couple of things I'm interested in. Goodbye to you, Wood. Listen, you were a nice little backup. Well, I wasn't sure what to grab because the other loot was kind of trash, but if we're getting, ooh, this type of stuff, let's freaking go. That's an entirely different story, boys and girls. So I think these hatchets might need to start going, and this other stuff might need to start coming. Yeah, what do you got over here? I hear, not this guy. I think it's this guy. Which one of these guys had the good stuff? I thought one of you did, or I already picked up the aluminum bar. Never mind, I was bamboozled. The back of this usually isn't too great, but you never know. No whammy? Tons of whammy over there. No luck, but we still got these 2 little loot case baggage types of scenarios we could check out. Nothing super amazing in that one. They tend not to be the best. The best is usually the chopper and what the guys themselves drop. Ooh, this on the other hand, not too shabby. And I'm gonna go and pick up the rest of those band-aids because there's like a decent amount of band-aids we could scoop on up as well. Let's do that. And I think that's a pretty good point. Ooh, we could, I'm gonna get rid of that bone arrow. Like I was saying, Mr. Bone Arrow, I'm sorry. I value a stack of wood more than you. I got plenty of bows and arrows back at home, and yeah, I don't know, man. We got guns. Not too concerned with those. But with that said, with that done, that's going to start bringing an end to this episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Can't wait to hear what y'all got to say about those things we got to look at earlier today, and that wonderful new winter location, potential husky pups, and of course, new snowmobile vehicles. How they're all going to tie in, what else is going to tie into such a location, and not to mention the Christmas event and all the beauty that that's going to bring, and what you guys think of that, and what it might be bringing as well. Best of luck to you guys and gals. Get the Chopper Gas Tank and joining the Chopper Squadron, not to mention joining all the different types of Chopper Squadrons. Best of luck breeding your pup, getting the True Friend perk, leveling up your own perks and skills, not to mention find the very best blueprints and building up the very best attachments for the very best weapons that you got. Best of luck building up your base, going on the dopest of raids, defeating all the bosses the game has to throw at you, getting past the multiplayer wall, and most important of all, having yourselves an absolutely fantastic time all throughout, not to mention best of luck in that $25 iTunes Play Store a gift card a giveaway. But that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have yourselves an awesome one, and I'll talk to you next one. See ya.